Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are actually going to be drawing a fashion illustration. Now if you hear a cat's bell jingling, it is my kitten Tila. And so today we are drawing Mary Lawless Lee. If you follow her on Instagram and you want to draw along with me, it's a good time to go check out her outfit that she has on for New York Fashion Week. So it's this pink suede, pink Kate Spade look. And we're going to start with Rose. So if you have a Winsor & Newton watercolor set that is professional grade, that will work really well for you. My cat is being very interesting right now. Okay, so we are going to start with the shirt, and we're just going to fill that in with color. I'm adding a little bit of yellow. That works really well to lighten the pink. And we're just going to go ahead and keep going and fill that all the way in. And then we will move on to the next spot. So just do the shirt and the pants. Okay, next up, after we fill in all of the pink there, we are going to start doing that checkered pattern that you can see over here in the shirt. There's this nice plaid color going on, so we are going to fill that in, and I'm using Payne's Gray. I love Payne's Gray so much. I also use it as black sometimes by adding very little water. So you're going to add very low water again and start going in to the checkers. It really helps if you first add some pencil line first, then you have it all mapped out so you're not trying to guess where the next gray spot goes, because it's kind of like a pink and gray checker pattern. So fill all those in and then we will move on. Now for burnt umber. So after you finish your checkered, we're going to get the burnt umber out, and we're going to use that for the sunglasses and the shadows on her hair. So just add a little bit in your palette. Mix that up, add a little more water, blot it out, get that right consistency. And first I'm going to start with the outlines of her sunglasses. It's totally up to you if you do that first. I know that usually you build from light to dark, but I like to just give a little outline, let that dry, and go back in later with the shadow on her lens. So as that dries, I'm going to start doing a little bit of the shadow and a little bit of the shadow on the hair. Go in with this really lightly. I've noticed when you have hair detail that's so small, I'll either skip it or just go really, really carefully in it. And now we're going to get a little bit more of that Payne's Gray, mix it with a little blue. And now see the photo here, you can see all the different shadows. You can see that glittery silver blue kind of gray color in her shoes. So we're going to go there. Again, start light and we will build it So just keep filling that in. And then we can start on some details for her purse. That's very light too because her bag is white, you can tell. And so to get any shadow, it's going to be a very, very light gray. That's going to make the white pop. Okay, now we have everything dried, right? The pants are dry, the face is dry. We're going to go in now and start adding a little more details of her hair. And we're going to add some more shadow to her pant legs. So you see I'm adding a little bit of rose here at the bottom of her sleeve. Whatever you make darker, that is going to draw it more towards the background, and it's going to make whatever is in the foreground pop. So that darkness of the pink is going to make the sleeve that is more in the foreground pop. I'm going to go over to the legs and just start adding little details of the shadow where you see it. Try to replicate what you see on the photo, and then we will regroup. Okay, we are finishing up some of the shadows, and now we're going to dry our brush. We're going to get the small round brush and go in with a little yellow to start filling in her hair. So blonde is kind of tricky. It's almost like you want it to be a little white, but you want it to be a little yellow too. I will go in with yellow and usually dab a lot of the excess off, and remind yourself that, especially if this is your first fashion illustration, just be kind to yourselves. Hair is very tricky, and a lot of times, at least I've found for myself, even with doing fashion illustration for years, I still have to go back and blot out the color sometimes. It's totally normal. It happens. Um, this is a very interesting video because all of my cats are in here, and they keep getting into mischief. So if you hear things, that is them. So then we're going to just let that dry a little bit. I went on the arms a little bit, and then going to go into the neck. Now I'm kind of fixing the hair a little bit, and as I think about it, I am adding some pink to the lips. You can add as much detail as you want to the face. Sometimes I don't even illustrate the face. But in this case, she had some really cool sunglasses on, and just for the purpose of getting around all the basics, I wanted to show you guys what you can do. So now I'm adding a little bit more brown to the outside, trying to blend it in a little bit more, using some water, adding some little fine strokes. And now I'm realizing there is just too much color going on, so I'm going to grab a little bit of a paper towel. You can do this too if you feel like you have too much color, and gently place it over it, and all the color will absorb and the water will absorb into the paper towel. So I'm just going to do that on that side, let it dry maybe a second, and go back in with a little bit more color. And now we are going to dip a little bit more Payne's Gray, add a little more shadows, start building a little bit more on her bag. Bag, purse, I think I've called it both things by now. So just keep adding that in. Try to find little details where you want to add them in more. And then once it is all dry, I like to finalize it with a little bit of a micron pen. This one I have is the fine tip. It's either a 005 I'll use or the 01. And that always works really well. And just go in and add some details. I'll put maybe a line on the hand, on the other hand, by the purse, a little bit on the pants, and just go through and keep adding the little details that you want. Okay, guys, we have neared the end. Please don't forget to sign your piece. I hope you love drawing a fashion illustration with me, and please comment, like, subscribe below, and let me know what other videos you'd like to see. I would love to draw some more things with you, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you next time.